We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets take to the road. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, and a wonderful surprise for all of you tonight. We're sitting along courtside with legendary Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
You're still a fan, aren't you, even though you're retired?
100%.
You take a look at Los Angeles. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
Well, it's always nice to come home. You're comfortable, you're excited, and certainly you have the fans there looking for you to bring your best basketball and get a win. And oftentimes, your fans can energize you when you're in your home building.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Charlotte, Steven Adams is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's AI. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. Whiteside kicks to Ingram. 6 to shoot. Pass the ball. From the arc. Drops in the tray. Ball's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Kobe, a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread 4 and Robert Horry and Lamar Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
It doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle's built differently.
Right.
Right? And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need. What do they need? And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist following the basket by LeBron James. A nice shot by AI.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
And there were a few teams that gave them trouble last year, but this team was one that you wouldn't have expected.
Well, what you will expect, Greg, is that they will have added motivation for this game. They want to prove that they should be the favorite to win against any team they face.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. James, the pass to ball. Ingram outside. And James throws it down.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty. An incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
Now, here's AI. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Bridges kicks to AI. Here's Adams. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Right side, high post. Over Adams. That one wide left.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Kobe, a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change.
Yeah.
Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard.
Do you?
Yeah, it's become a challenge to say, because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah.
So.
And here's AI following Lonzo Ball's 3. A nice shot by AI.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And Kuzma slams it in.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
To the right side. Bridges kicks to AI. Inside, here's Kid Gilchrist. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Kuzma passes the ball. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And, Kevin, I really think it's important that shot becomes part of Ball's arsenal. He's got to get comfortable knocking down the three-point shot.
AI passes it to Lamb. Now, here's AI. He's covered by Whiteside. AI passes to Kid Gilchrist.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Now, here's AI. After LeBron James's miss, that one drops for him. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, you know, both teams scoring at a really steady clip. If you like good offense, you've come to the right spot. This is your game.
LeBron, no good.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
And, Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers, you know, because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse, racing with blinders on. You don't see anything else. You have one focus, right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the course of the game. For the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back. Maybe even it's just the first quarter, and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, you know, that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you describe this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? Does Pau Gasol have it tonight? How low feeling tonight, right? You got to be able to measure those things, and you know, if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately, right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with your teammates and talk to them, and that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. In second, the Hornets. The Lakers in fifth.
I mean, both these squads are just playing so hard here of late, really getting after it on the offensive glass, and it's paid off for both of them in terms of second chance points. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now, here's AI. 6 points for him.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
Here's James, and he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 8 points.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now, here's AI. The offensive rebound, and it's Adams on the follow. And the Hornets lead by 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That's tipped. And, Kobe, you look at the different styles and different approaches the teams employ. How much input did you have to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing, this is how I think we should play?
Yeah, well, that was the beauty about Phil's system, the triangle, was that the players had to take the responsibility of making it what it was. He gave us a format to play out of, and he gave us the structure. But within that structure, you have a myriad of options.
Right.
And it's our responsibility, it was Michael's and Scotty's responsibility, to figure out how to put Luke Longley, how to put Derek Fisher in the right spot on the floor to take advantage of the defense that you're facing.
Sounds complicated.
No, but when you look at it, like the triangle, it spells things out very simplistically because you have rules.
Right.
When you have rules, then it's very easy to say, okay, when this happens, this happens. When that happens, this happens. Right? So it makes the game very, very easy to measure. And so things don't happen on accident. Right? They happen with intent.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Hornets?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Adams. Green comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Bacon, he's checked in for Bridges. And Parker subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. And nothing is falling for him right now. Hornets leading by 11. Here's Parker. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To the paint, here's Hart. Right side, Portis. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Charlotte. Pass to Parker. Fires at the elbow. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Hart, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here is Parker. He averages about 5 points a game. He kicks it to AI. At Kobe, many people measure success in the NBA with the number of rings. Not so much the stats. For Karl Malone and Steve Nash and guys of that ilk, you know, they're truly great players, but they never won a championship. How are these legacies measured, do you think, when all is said and done, when you take a look at the landscape of that topic?
Well, they're great players who just never won championships. I mean, it's that simple to me. They're just phenomenal players. And winning a championship is extremely difficult. You have to have so many things go right for you, and you have to be extremely fortunate to be with an organization and to have a GM that understands talent, understands the cap, understands how to build championship caliber teams. And Michael and myself were extremely fortunate, as was Larry, as was Magic. But at the same time, it becomes a player's responsibility to lead that core group of players to the title.
And AI throws it down.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Here's Hart. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Outside Portis. That one off the back iron and out. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. AI outside. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Here's Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. To the inside, Yarebko. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Got a hand on it. Out to Parker. He dishes it to AI. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Hernan Gomez. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Exactly, man. Come on. You got to be physical down there. There's got to be some intensity and some physicality on the board.
And so it's Charlotte taking a 19-point lead into the break. The score. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling. Flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
They've got Hart, Jonas Jerebko out there with Andre Robertson. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Rutan Mays in at the point guard. That's the Laker 5. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Timberwolves had a huge game. Just a staggering number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, Greg, you know where I'm going. He was a stat sheet stuffer in that game. Did a little bit of everything and did it all well.
Charlotte leading by 19. Kobe, how important is it for young players to have mentors?
Extremely important. I consider them the North Star. Right? They're always there to provide guidance and kind of a map of generally where you want to go or the direction you want to go. And I always felt muses were important because if I could study them and see how they got to where they are, then it'll help me avoid some of the landmines that they may have stepped on and had to persevere through.
And gracious of you to become a mentor now for so many.
Well, it's part of the responsibility, I think, of giving back to the game, right? The game has given me so much. I've had great mentors in my life, and I feel like it's important to pay it forward.
And they pick up 2.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and, man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Hart the pass to Rutan Mays. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. Smith checked in for Andre Robertson. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Rutan Mays, covered by Parker. 5 to shoot. Green with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Such a wide open look. Bacon's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Here's Rutan Mays, covered by Parker. That one goes. Count it. Rutan Mays has got 4 points in the quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop
Hits the three-point bomb.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Los Angeles calls timeout. We've seen AI really making a difference here.
And, you know, Kevin, he's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they've got to talk about it quickly.
James checked in for the Lakers. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Charlotte. Smith with it, working on AI. And the Lakers with another miss. Hornets leading by 23. And Kobe, one aspect that always stood out about your career and dedication was your work ethic. What motivated you to continue to work hard, even into your last year in the NBA when your body sometimes would say, no more work, right? No more work.
Yeah, I love the process. You know, I love the process more than the actual game, you know, because it's a puzzle. You have to figure out how things are going to work. Okay, my ankles won't loosen up. How do I get them to loosen up? right? Contrast therapy, stretch, modalities, strength training, right? So it's a constant
That would
puzzle.
take hours and hours and hours. Yeah.
Very tedious things, but it's like a quest. You're trying to figure out what's going to work, right? It's the little challenges along the way that always kept me interested.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in blocks. You look at AI. Fierce inside defender. Tops in the NBA in blocks. And, of course, Hassan Whiteside just behind him.
Those two have both mastered the art of the shot block. And believe me, guys, it is an art. It's not all about size.
Adams, he's checked in for Charlotte. Lamb comes in for Tony Parker. Lakers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Whiteside kicks the ball. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Hornets.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
Shoots. The shot's good from Smith. Charlotte leading by 22. Now, here's AI. He has 31. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Ball. And they're moving it up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, it's a must to avoid fouling Ball. I mean, he's excellent at taking it to the defense and drawing the contact.
The Lakers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. No good on the second free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Kobe, I can only imagine the hours you spent studying the legends who came before you, Michael Jordan, and probably other players as well.
Well, yeah, because you have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working?
Right.
It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm going to go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
I always thought, too, you put your special spin on it. You followed this roadmap, but then you took the exit ramp and then put your own spin, own feel on the move or play.
Well, yeah, because we both had different teams, right? He had a different cast of characters that he played with. He had a different role and different responsibility than I had on my team. So I've had to kind of adjust those things in the timing of our games and when we attack and when we facilitate and all those other things. But the basics of the game remain the same, whether it's myself, whether it's Michael, whether it's Jerry West, those things are all consistent.
James, left side. Clock at 6. Sinks that one from the post. LeBron's got 10 points.
Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
AI dishes to Adams. AI outside. Adams' shot is good. He's got 10.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Craig. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And when James gets going, there's no stopping him. Just a dynamite scorer who feels he can get any shot he wants.
AI kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Kick out to Adams. AI outside. Fires high post. That one's not going to go.
And right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Smith on the wing. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Back to James. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Lamb's got his 4th rebound in this one. Out to AI. Lamb passes to AI. Out left to the wing. Here's Adams. And Whiteside sends it back. Smith right side. Kuzma with it. 20 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Shot from 16. Bank shot. No good. Charlotte's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Now AI. He's got 36.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
That certainly was a deep one. I mean, maybe move in a little bit next time. There's no such thing as a 4-point line.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 14 points for LeBron.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Doubled by Smith. Here's Lamb. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Lamb. And just 1 day left, folks. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to cast your vote for this year's All-Stars. You look at AI. Right now he leads in the East, getting plenty of ballots with his name on it. A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bridges checks in. Ingram kicks the ball. Ingram outside.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
The Lakers have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Kid Gilchrist. AI dishes to Adams. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And it's Ball in the corner. And the 3 off target.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
There's the pass to Lamb. AI outside and stolen by Whiteside. Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Robertson, he's checked in for LeBron. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Green, he's checked in for Adams. And a wide open look for AI. Connects from 3-point range. AI's got 39.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Ingram up top, guarded by Green. Here's Ball. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Ball's got 4 this quarter.
Ball likes that pick and roll action now. He's excellent at running. He's got a lot of experience doing it. He knows when to pass it or when to take the shot himself.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Los Angeles. Bacon, he's checked in for Charlotte. Now here's Ingram. Tight defense on him. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Bridges passes to AI. From the arc. And good. He hits it again.
And now he is tied for the 2nd most 40-point games in an NBA season. What a year.
Wow, he has brought it every night, and nobody seems to have the answer for him.
And he's tied with 52 games of 40 points or more. Just saying that out loud, I still don't believe it's been matched, but that's the kind of year he's had.
Well, Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man, and anytime.
There he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And you know, Clark, thinking back on Kobe's legacy to the Lakers and how great of an impact he had in that team, very few players have that kind of relationship with a franchise.
And you know, Kevin, with free agency, it's getting more and more rare for a player to spend their entire career with one team as Kobe did with the Lakers. I have a special place in my heart for those kind of guys, one franchise superstar. And not to begrudge guys for going elsewhere and playing for multiple teams, but it does certainly make it a little more special when you see guys the ilk of Kobe play with only one team.
Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
51 seconds left here in the second. Here's Rutan Mays, and that one drops for him. Rutan Mays has got 8 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And that one's good. Green.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
And plays like that have really taken the energy out of those defenders. I mean, you can bet he's going to continue to keep pushing in that area.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And he gets the bucket.
Hey, and when guys at this level are that close to the basket, they ain't missing. I mean, especially when there's no defense in the neighborhood.
15 seconds left in the first half. Here's Rutan Mays. 8 points for him. Back to Ingram. Just 4 to shoot. Here's AI, and AI throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Clark, a favorite topic of yours, great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys stand out for me in that regard, Kevin. DeAndre Jordan is terrific. Enes Kanter, probably, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the league. Enes Kanter. I mean, he goes and gets it in his area, out of his area, through guys, over them. Man, he's a terrific offensive rebounder. Then I'd throw Anthony Davis in there too. I think he does a great job on the defensive glass and gets his share of offensive boards as well.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bridges. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's AI. And it's Lamb in at the shooting guard. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
And they call an illegal screen here. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Take a look at the Hornets, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And checking out Philadelphia, just way behind.
And you know, for the Hornets, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
AI dishes to Kidd-Gilchrist, and the shot goes in. Kidd-Gilchrist has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
James against Bridges. Rutan Mays, the pass to Whiteside. Fires the 3, and another 3 for the Lakers.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
AI outside. Down low, and stolen by Kuzma. Here's Ingram. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. You look at AI, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Now the dish to Kid Gilchrist, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Timeout called the Lakers. Clark, these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries. More emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. You reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
And the Lakers making a change here. Hart's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Parker's checked in. It's Ingram on the wing, covered by Parker. Pass to Hart, got a piece of it. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
6 on the shot clock. Whiteside finds James.
And I think Bridges has some real upside defensively. He's strong, athletic, and able to guard multiple positions. And that's what every team is looking for.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Ingram. Bridges against James. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. Basket good. James has got 20.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Charlotte leading by 23. And here's AI. He has 45 points. Kicks to Adams. Over Hart. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Smith against Parker. Got a piece of it. And stolen by AI. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Los Angeles. And then for Charlotte, Biyombo checks in for Adams. And it's Kaminsky in for Bridges. Back to Hart. Banked in off the glass.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. Now, here's AI. Non-stop scoring machine here. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Los Angeles has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Here's Hart. He's guarded by AI. The fader. Here's Portis. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Portis has got 9.
Man, when he's got the height advantage down low, it's over. Forget about it. It's a wrap. You got to send more help if you're the defense.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, in case anybody doubted it, the Lakers are still a premier destination for free agents. I mean, L.A. is L.A. Historically, the Lakers have done a good job making the most of the attraction of playing in L.A.
The Lakers making a switch here. Ball's checked in.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Kid Gilchrist. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 4th in field goal percentage, 4th in three-point field goal percentage, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. And the Lakers will seemingly always be a player in free agency.
Well, I think a big part of it is the appeal of the city and the glamour that comes with being in L.A., and not to mention the historical greatness of the franchise. I mean, the Lakers are a unique organization, not just in the NBA, but I think in all of sports.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. AI kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Takes a 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Hart. Doesn't go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. And that will conclude this long 7-game road trip. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Cans it from downtown. Kid Gilchrist has got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
No one near James as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Charlotte has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's Kid Gilchrist, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Critical that Kid Gilchrist works more on this. When he's nailing it from deep, everything else gets easier.
Ball against Parker. And stolen by AI. That's good from Kid Gilchrist on the assist by AI. 19 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hornets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Portis can't get it to go. Charlotte's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Here's Kaminsky. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
You know, Michael Kidd Gilchrist getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. And if he continues to improve, he'll be more valuable as a teammate.
Hart kicks the ball. Back to Hart, looking to end the run. And it's AI with the rebound. AI's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Off target from three-point range. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him. Robertson, he's checked in for Whiteside. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Lakers passing it around. Here's Lebron. Los Angeles with another miss. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Hart. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 5 assists in the game.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
AI outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Los Angeles has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Here's Hart. Count it. Hart's got 8 points.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
AI outside from deep. Good on the triple.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Los Angeles has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. James, the pass to Hart. Left side, Portis. 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. The Hornets pull it in. AI outside. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Here's Hart, covered by Parker. With some Hart, that's good. Hart's got 8 here in the quarter.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Charlotte shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Here's AI. Yet another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
.58 seconds left to play here in the third. Parker kicks to AI. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Boy, I like the competitive spirit of Kid Gilchrist. Superb at staying with it, even when he's fouled.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jerebko's checked in for Bobby Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Hart. And then for Charlotte, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Lamb in there for Tony Parker. Here's AI. No good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the length and wingspan of Brandon Ingram gives him, Clark, so many advantages on the court.
Yeah, it's actually what GMs and coaches like to see. His reach and size comparable to guys like KD and Giannis. Bothers shots on defense, and he can actually get his shot whenever he wants to. Because of his length, his upside as a player on both ends, I think, is what's exciting for the Lakers.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. And no doubt that the steal of the 2017 draft was Kyle Kuzma, taken 27th overall.
Hey, people get all hung up about where guys are drafted and how they end up playing either below or above their draft position. Hey, this thing is more art than science. We've seen it for decades. Guys fall, guys rise, and then production isn't commensurate with where they were drafted. Hey, more art than science. And Kuzma is a big-time baller. He just happened to be drafted later than he should have been.
Clock at 4. Let's go. Off target. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Hornets on top. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates.
And the free throw, no good. Charlotte's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Charlotte.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for AI.
What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Robertson is out there with Ingram, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Smith wide open, he fired. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's AI, no good. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.